You may have heard a rumor over the last weekend about an ability out there in the Madden space that is running wild against the most popular defensive meta. And those rumors are true. And honestly, it's a lot deeper than what you're seeing in most Twitch chats. After the intro, we'll talk about exactly what it is and what you can do. This thing opens up every offense in the game. Let's get into it. What is up, guys? Frog in my throat again. It seems like that always happens. What is up, guys? Zay from the Madden YouTube channel, and yes, the rumors are true. The short out elite is the best press beating ability in all of Madden 23, and it is not just an ability that does what it says. Frankly, what ability in Madden does exactly what it says? That's why these channels exist on YouTube, and that's why my strategy website exists. But you'll notice it says better catching on short passes outside the numbers or something to that effect. But after the most recent title update that came out in the first week of December, short out elite is basically an ability that smokes press coverage. So if you guys struggle with cover one or cover zero press, this is a free touchdown. This all but eliminates the press meta if you guys have these on your teams. Now, the fortunate news is that there are a couple items in the game right now that have free short out elite. The first of which is Jalen Waddle. The second is Deebo Samuel's Christmas item that just came out in the Zero Chill promo. I would recommend that you keep both of these guys if you can afford them. I know it's pricey, but what is too expensive to be able to beat the most effective man coverage by thinking just as much or even less than they do? But you guys should probably have at least one of these on your roster, if not both. Sneak them into the game if your opponents are playing a ton of press spam on you and not keeping deep zones, not mixing up their coverage. These are really, really valuable. You should definitely have them on your roster. So let's go ahead and show you guys how this works here. What we're going to do is show you guys that this works not only on routes outside the numbers, but it works on routes inside the numbers. Conventional wisdom is that because short in only lights up on routes inside the numbers on the cuts, that short out would only light up on routes outside the numbers with their cuts. But EA has coded this in a way that just basically makes it so that short out fries man-to-man press every single time, regardless of what route you're running. Actually, I think that's a little bit of a stretch. It needs to have a vertical stem, a significant vertical stem. So what we're gonna do here is kind of go through a route tree and just kind of show it to you in general. Really what I would recommend with this, the cool thing about it is, you know, if you get somebody that's playing cover zero and there's no deep zones over the top, this is a free touchdown as long as you have a speed advantage. Ty Law is pretty fast, but we're gonna be able to lob it up over his head pretty easily here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure that that safety that is in man on the left, man's up on Witten. I'll block the running back. And I want you to watch Waddle's release. He's gonna get off this and light up, and you can just chuck this out and rack it for a one-play score. If you get a good catch and stride that doesn't slow you down, that's gonna be a touchdown every single time. And what's really, really cool about this is that you can obviously run this inside the numbers as we have it lined up here, and it works on a lot of vertical routes. It works on slot apprentice corners, slot apprentice posts. The only route I would say it doesn't do a good job on is a hot routed fade. So if I were to put a hot routed fade on the field here, you'll probably see that it doesn't light up the same way. So I'll run one real quick for you here. Here's the press. Doesn't really get off it. Doesn't really get a release animation. Very clearly not working. So don't use a hot routed fade, but definitely use a streak if you guys are facing press coverage. Obviously with this particular meta as well, if you're getting a lot of cover one, maybe some cover one press, and you're in a compression look, that would be a great idea for you to motion this guy out wide, put him on a streak, so that way that safety's gonna have to work harder to get over from the middle of the field, and you can still work against press coverage. So you see the light up animation, now just chuck it up, click on, rack it, try to get it in stride. Obviously, if you guys use classic pass leading, that might be something to consider here because classic does a better job of throwing the ball deeper down the field. If you guys are using the freeform setting, I would highly recommend that you guys are practicing this because this is something that can be a little challenging, but it's a tap lob and you have to really, really tap this while holding left trigger. So you're gonna see here, it's just kind of like that right there. And you see how I throw it out just a little bit further downfield to make sure that I can keep it away from the guy that's trailing from behind. Now, of course, the safety has time to get over in that position, but it can be still pretty effective for you. Another tactic you guys might employ with this is to run maybe just a high ball streak. So let's say, for instance, here, we'll put a check and release on the field here. Hopefully I don't get screamed at too bad here. Yeah, of course we are.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Another tactic that you guys might use if you're struggling to get the tap lob down is a high ball streak. And with this, you're just going to wait for that light up animation, and you're just going to hit left trigger, left bumper, and try to, freeform it forward. Again, depending on the type of catch animation you get, if you have a slower receiver with this, you might not get the separation you're looking for. If you have a shorter receiver, you might have to jump up really, really high in the air, and you get that leaping animation we just got. If you put this ability on a taller receiver, you could probably get the aggressive racks that a lot of people get. Again, that animation right there is a little bit less frequent if you're a little bit taller than what Waddle is. So if you have a shorter receiver, which Debo and Waddle are a little bit shorter, that's obviously something to consider. Which brings me to my next point. Most players are not going to play press coverage when they see that you have short out elite, and the game has some hidden things in it against any man coverage. Doesn't matter if it's press, off coverage, shaded up, shaded down. There are routes now after the most recent title update that are one-play touchdowns down the sideline against cover 0, cover 1 meta, and I just put them in the Gridiron Game Plans vault here in December. Make sure you guys go check it out. It is absolutely incredible. There's so many routes right now. Man coverage is on the way out. I know that a lot of people don't possibly think that could ever be true, but I'm telling you, the way that they're coding this game right now and tweaking things and abilities do this, and routes are secretly doing different things now, getting specific release animations. Shading is a lot more risky now. There's a lot of different things you guys are going to be able to do. Head over to gridirongameplans.gg. Guys, go check it out. In that December vault, I put out a crazy tip. If you guys struggle with corner routes, I did a 30-minute seminar on corner routes, just corner routes, how to stop them out of bunch, tight offset, tight slots, tight flex, you guys name it, short, wide side of the field, match, zone coverage, all kinds of tips that can help you guys shut down corner routes, so that way you guys can get more stops on defense and use these tips I'm providing you right here on the YouTube channel on offense to score more points. So go check it out. It's all in the vault. It's in the game plans. You get everything on the website, $9.95. We'll see you guys tomorrow with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.